Hi, I'm Ann Herperger, and I'm going to be giving you a quick run-through of the basics of Sibelius 4. We're going to start a new score in the Quick Start menu, which comes up when you open it. Click OK. Here it brings up the new score. I'm going to do a piano score that you can pick from many different types. I'm going to add an alto saxophone, so I click Add Instruments. I choose Common Instruments, Woodwind Family, and Alto Saxophone. I can add it to the score. Sibelius automatically puts it where it wants to in the score. I can click on it though and move it down or up in the score depending on where I want it. You can also add extra staffs or you can delete them. This is where you pick what instruments you want in your song. You can change this at any time. Next, I go and it brings up the house styles. This is the type of fonts it uses. I'm going to leave it as default. Now I pick time signature 4/4. Beam and rest groups will let me group it in different ways. If I wanted 3 and then 1/1, which wouldn't work, but in 5/4 time or something like that, it'll group it how you want to. I can pick this pick up and I can give it a metronome marking. If I want it at 88 and say I want it to say andante. Then I click next. Here I pick the key. It can be major or minor, and you can scroll through and pick. I'm going to do it in the key of B flat major. This is the final one where we put what we want in the score info. I'm going to call it Intro to Sibelius. My name is Anne, and it is the year 2009. I click Finish and it creates my score for me. I can click and drag the score where I want to, or I can go up to the zoom feature, click down, and say whatever I want it to be. And then I will move it up so I can see what I'm doing. The basics for entry are using the keys A through G on your keyboard and using your numpad to select how long you want the note. The keypad in this corner is the numpad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 changes the length of note. 7, 8, 9 is accidentals. The divide and times key are accent and staccato. The enter button ties notes. The decimal gives a dotted to the rhythm. And the 0 key inserts a rest. Let's say I wanted to start with the B flat scale in the alto saxophone. I can click my first note as the B flat. I'll do it in an 8th note scale. So I change it to an 8th note and I type a B flat as my first note. From there, I can carry on typing in the notes. So B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and to go back down, A, G, F, E, D, C. I want to hold the last note longer, so I'm going to click 5 on my keypad and type B. It gives me a half note. To stop entering notes, I hit N, and it takes me off the note entry, and I can start clicking things and moving them. If I select a whole measure, I can move the whole thing up or down, as well as different notes. Up or down if I change them, and I can move along the score using the left and right arrows. Up and down changes the notes. If I want to copy it into a different instrument or different part of the score, it's the same as in any Word document. Shift to select, Control C to copy, click where I want it to go, and Control V. It puts it in. The wonderful thing about Sibelius is, for the alto saxophone line, which is the top, and if we want to label it, we can go into House Styles and Engraving Rules. This is the rules for all of the songs. In it, we're going into Instruments, and at the start I want it to say the full name, and everywhere else the short name. I click OK, and it shows me where the alto saxophone and piano is on all of the staff lines. Now, if I click the transpose button, it automatically shows it where the saxophone plays it. I can go back to piano for the simplicity of it. Another thing Sibelius has with instruments is if I click up too high, the note goes red. This means that it's out of the normal saxophonist range, so I can put it back down in range where I want it to go. Sibelius has a number of other features you can use that quickly change the score. You can change clef by Q, brings up the clef menu. I can click bass clef, OK, and I can click on the score, it'll insert the bass clef into it. So then here the piano will be playing bass clef on both of them. I can click delete and it will delete the selected item. As well, for changing it, if I'm importing notes and I start here and I do half notes and I go G, G, it picks the bottom G because it is the closest interval to the B. I can then move it up to the higher G if I want by hitting those arrow keys and going up. I can click G again on the note and it'll start into the typing. Now, if I go A, B, and then change my mind saying I wanted 2 A's, I can click backspace and it will delete it just like in a word processor. Click A and keep going. Once again, I click N and then I can click elsewhere in the score to change things instead of adding more notes. This is the basics of how to put note entry into your score. Control Z undos, Control Y redos, just as in any other thing. Other navigational tools Sibelius has is the navigator. You can click and it'll move you to any part of your score. It's the playback, which plays the song that you have on the paper so you can hear exactly what you're doing. If I go to the start and hit play, it'll play the B flat major scale for me in the instrument shown. I can hit play or stop and go back to the start. It also has a mixer. You can make different instruments, different loudness or soft. You can also pick what sound set you want and test it to make different sounds for the instrument. You can get rid of these or you can move them anywhere in the playing space that you want. Another feature that Sibelius has is of course adding triplets or other tuplets into the score. I'll insert this into the piano part. I'll start with 2 quarter notes of G and say I want to add a triplet after in 8th notes. I go to 8th note and I put in the first 8th note of the triplet. We'll put in a C. I hit Control and 3 and it adds a triplet in. Then I add the other notes, so D, E. Now it has it. If I want to tie again, I can hit Enter, it'll add the tie and I can hit the next E. I'm still in 8th note, so it'll do that. Other things we could do in Sibelius are add symbols by clicking Z. It'll come up with the symbol list and it's categorized. We can scroll down and click on one, hit OK, it'll insert into the score. We can change time signatures by clicking T. We can do clefs by Q, select the clef, hit OK, put where you want it in the score. Other things we can do is play from the beginning, hitting P will automatically start it from the beginning. You don't need the playback menu to do that, or you can do it in the playback menu. We'll get rid of that. M brings up the mixer I showed earlier. L inserts lines, staff lines, or system lines. It'll put it in for you. As well, you can change the instrumentation anytime by hitting I. It'll bring up a list. You can change everything, add, delete as you go. It'll double check if you delete anything, asking if you want to. That's a quick start, basic into the intro to Sibelius. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you use the program.